There we go. Alrighty. Let's do this. Hey, beer fans. My name's Steve Jagger. This is Beer Native, and you are a part of my amazing Advent Calendar beer experience. Today is day 10. Who knows what we're going to get? Let's get going. Alrighty. I'm excited. We've had some really good beers after a really rocky start with some awful Christmas themed beers that we had. There was a beer I didn't mention yesterday that I pulled on the 7th when I wasn't here. Well, if I didn't mention it, if I mentioned it already, I'm going to mention it again. It was a Christmas themed beer. And rather than play catch up and show you what it is, I decided to hold on to it for Christmas Day because I think it's actually perfect for that day. So even though I missed one of the Advent, you'll find out what was on the 7th, on the 25th. But for today, let's bring in the beer cam. Where are you? Come on, beer cam. There we go. Hello. Let's go check it out. I guess I'm wearing shorts because the weather is so balmy. We have got crystallography. I didn't turn my sound on, so you can't hear me. You can just see me. Crystallography. West Coast double IPA from Cloudwater. Let's get back here. Let's kill the beer cam. Bye-bye, beer cam. All right. Crystallography. Come on. There we go. Cloudwater Brew Co. Made in Manchester. Modern Classic. 8%. Wow. Okay, this is going to be some serious mental prep for the upcoming game. If you're watching the World Cup, then if you like I did this afternoon, you saw something like rather remarkable. I'm not going to tell you the outcome, and you're ready for the England-France game in one short hour. This is a pretty good, let's call it a warm-up brew with a lot of aggression. Big thanks to Mike Crow for tuning in. Hey, Mike. Now, I'm going to have to check Untapped because I am nearly positive I have had this before because this was recommended to me by a good beer friend. And I'm pretty sure I went through some effort to seek it out. It is a West Coast double IPA, heavily hopped West Coast, even says right on it. The usual faff on here, a depth of flavor and effortless drinkability. Effortless drinkability at an 8% double IPA sounds incredibly difficult to drink. And in fact, it even says aggressively bitter. How is that effortlessly drinkable? That doesn't make sense to me. But nevertheless, let's crack it open. Because if I did have it before, I'm positive I've not reviewed it. So still counts. Still gets to be on the show. I don't know what I would do. Actually, that's a good point. I think I'm on, I don't know how many reviews I've ever done. It's a lot. I think it's over 100 now. And I have never, by accident, got the same one twice, even in these sort of secret mystery ones. So it's inevitable. I'm just not working hard enough. That's the answer. Ooh, hey, check this. This is what happens when you broadcast on Twitch. I have to block a user. Hold on. Girls18.xyz was throwing comments on my feed, so I had to block them. This happens if I'm going to Twitch and I'm going to YouTube. Always Twitch. These spam things come from there. I take it as a compliment, though. Obviously the spam bots found me. I've got good traction, so let's take that as a plus. You never know. Who knows? Maybe someday I will want Girls18xyz. Seems highly unlikely. Who knows, though? There we go. Look at that. Super frothy. If you're wondering what kind of glass I'm in, yeah, you can tell I haven't washed the dishes. It's a Glenfiddich whiskey glass. Not too bad, right? Very sweet. So, give it a little smell. Very faint citrus and maybe a little bit of peachiness on the nose. Not much, though. Not like yesterday. Yesterday's was a nose full. This is pretty light. Doesn't really smell boozy. Smells a bit funky, though, a little rubbery. I know I say that sometimes, but that's generally some of the aggressive West Coast hops can do that. Let's try it. Okay, I just felt like I put a whole Christmas tree in my mouth. That is crazy piney. I would even say there's a bit of like bitter parsley, like you chew on your chewing, don't chewing on your garnish. Um, that's what it's like. You know, that minty, fresh, bitter of a that is crazy. Hold on, one more. Oh my goodness. It's like what's that awful cough medicine in Canada? Buckley's mixture, you know, that and it's got like camphor and like pine needles and it's not like that. Like that's a some people hate that. That if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. Buckley's mixture. It's just it's like total witch doctor shit. This is what it's like. It's the Buckley's mixture of double IPAs. There's hardly any fruit, a tiny, tiny whiff on the nose. It's just like hops, 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 heavy, super pine, slightly minty. I don't know how this is. What did they call it? Effortlessly drinkable? Screw that. It's good. It is aggressively bitter. It's intense. It's rich. It's bright. And it's effortfully drinkable. So that's wrong. But I'd love the can, love the art, and I like the effort. I like the fact that they said, I feel like they felt they were overcooking it in the description. Heavily hopped, aggressively bitter. I think this is going to really divide people. Some people would drink this and go, just spit take it out because the bitter is just so intense. But other people who really like West Coast, if you like West Coast IPAs or double IPAs, then I would say I highly recommend this. I do. If you remember, like about 6 months ago, maybe it's 8. All I did was West Coast IPAs, like back to back to back. God, it might even be a year ago. I feel like I did it right after Dry January last year. I did tons of West Coast, and I really kind of that may be when I sought this out actually, and that may be when I kind of got into them. So I really like this. I think it's actually a really nice sipper. I mean, at 8%, it should be right. So this is going to kind of tide me over for the next, I'd say, 50 minutes while I make some food, prepare some, game snacks, and then set myself down in front of the telebox to watch England crush France. If you're French, sorry, you're going down. And that'll be great. So I'm going to give this a pretty good review, I think. Probably somewhere up in the 4s out of 5s on Untapped. And actually, let's do that. So if I have had this before, I may have put it on Untapped. And I think when I was doing West Coast IPAs, I did put it on Untapped. I don't always put everything on Untapped. I tend to only do Untapped the ones I review, which is kind of bad. I did. And I didn't review it because there's no score. I gave it a 4.1 last time. Wow, that's accurate. I obviously am consistent. And I wrote polarizingly piney. Hey, I kind of said that. Apparently, I'm consistent in what I do. 3 of my friends have already had this. And Sam Drinks Beer has had it twice. Cool. Excellent. And they gave it a 4.4. My friends thinks this is a 4.4. So I think we're all in agreement. If you've not had crystallography, go get it. And I know I had it. When did I have it? Probably a year ago. I can actually find that out too, because it should tell me on the review date. When did I have this? May. There we go. Oh, that's a long time ago. May 2021. Wow, that's ages ago. So it hasn't changed. I still love it. I'm gonna go out. Mike prefers New England IPAs. Yeah, I went through a huge phase when I got really into the juicy New England ones that are just like, whoa, there's a time and a place. But I think if I've had like 2 New England IPAs, I get my favorite thing is to go back and forth, coast to coast. But if you haven't seen the other review, Mike, there's a mountain IPA style that's come out, which kind of does the best of both worlds. And I'm hoping to see more of those in 2023. But that's good. That is a great option from the Advent calendar. I'm pretty excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. I'll do one more then. And then I'm in a knee operation. So you won't see me for 2 days on the 12th and the 13th. And I'll be back on the 14th. Until then, my name is Steve Jaguar. This has been a Beer Native Beer Review. Big fan of Cloudwater's Crystallography 8% West Coast Double IPA. If you like that hard bitter with a light touch of fruit, light. If you like sticking an entire Christmas tree in your face and chewing on some parsley and shoving it up your nose, go buy it. That's the end. Steve out.